Hello everyone. In this video series I'm going to show you how to build VMware vSphere 5.5 test lab environment, and this can be used uh, in a test lab environment within organizations, or it can be used for a classroom project as well. So let's get started. Now uh, Now what I have is VMware Workstation 10. In this VMware Workstation, for now I have only one server, which is Canaps DC1, Canaps being my domain. Here, as you can see, this one server has canaps dc1.canaps.local, domain name is canaps.local, and my IP address scheme is 192.168.100.10. So what I'm gonna build is I'm gonna build another 2008 server that will be used for my vSphere client to start with, and later on that second server will be used for vCenter. And apart from this, I'm gonna build ESXi host, 3 ESXi hosts to be used within the vCenter. Now, so first of all, building a second server for future vCenter, because vCenter cannot be installed on a domain controller. So this is domain controller is ready, 2008 machine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a second machine that can be my 2008 R2. So ISO, I'm gonna name it Canaps VC01. Canaps my domain name, whereas VC stands for vCenter 01. And next, it will start automatic. We'll start installing the server. Takes about 10 to 15 minutes, probably maybe a bit more in some other machines. So it is building my first server, which will be my vCenter, but to start with will be a vSphere client. Now at the same time I'll start building my ESXi host. Now ESXi host, in order to install a ESXi host in VMware Workstation, we would create a new VM. I need to provide the ISO for VMware Workstation, so that ISO should be sitting here. This is Visor hypervisor, ISO 5.5. It's an evaluation version. You can easily find it from VMware website. I'm gonna name it Canaps ESXi 01. So this is my first machine, first ESXi host. Next, no need to change anything on that disk. And next, here just make sure it is 4 GB, cannot be installed less than 4. Second, now it is installing the first one. Enter, load some files. After that it ask few more questions and then install the ESXi host. Now at the same time, while my first machine is being installed, second host is being installed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the third server, which will be my second ESXi host. And that second ESXi host, I'm gonna name it Canaps ESXi 02, and store it in one disk. It doesn't matter if you can store it in split or one. I would prefer it to be saved in one disk. 4 GB of RAMs. Next, second ESXi host is being installed. First one is being installed as well. What I'll do is, now I'm gonna create a third ESXi host. You might not need a third ESXi host based on your requirement, but I'm gonna need the third ESXi host because I'm gonna create a cluster later on. So third ESXi host, same settings. Next and next. So first 2008 machine is being built, then ESXi host is, 3 ESXi hosts are being built. So here it's gonna load files, and once it loads file, it will stop and ask few questions. Till that time I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna I'm gonna continue right after once it starts asking me those few questions here. Okay, so it has stopped on ESXi host 1 on second. Yes, it is. On third one it is starting services, so and it's gonna stop any moment. So running services. Now it has came to the screen. So we inserted the CD. After CD it loaded all of the files. Now it is ready to be installed. So it says we need to press enter to continue and then F11 to install the ESXi host. I'm going to do the same thing on second, enter and then F11, and same thing on the third one, which is enter and F11. Once this is done, I'll just take a look at my Windows server. It is being installed, whereas these machines will ask me few more questions. It shows me the disk, the keyboard default, and most importantly it will ask us for the root password for this ESXi host. I'm using password 1 for all of these hosts just to keep a standard password. I would advise the same to all of you as well. Here P capital password 1, so that we don't forget when we are configuring these machines. So remember that this password is being set for the root account on these machines, as ESXi host is a Linux machine. So here ESXi 1, ESXi 2, ESXi 3, now they're gonna be installing. It will take some time, so during this time I'm just gonna pause the machine and then I'm gonna start again once it comes to the next screen. So now, since it has loaded these files, it is asking us to start the install. So I'm gonna press F11 again, and second screen F11. Third server is still gathering additional system information, and it's asked for F11. Now we'll let it complete 100% and come to a stop. Windows 2008 is being installed. I'll resume the video as soon as the next screen comes up. Okay, now ESX1 is at 90%, ESX2 86%, 69%, ESXi. We'll let them completely install. ESXi1 is ready. I'll just click enter to reboot. Second one, enter reboot, and the third one, enter. Is not there, enter and reboot. Now these three ESXi hosts will restart, and while they are being restarted, we'll look at our 2008 server. 2008 server is ready. All we need to do are some standard procedures, which is number one is I need to rename it properly to change to this name. So here let's change this name to a proper name. So what I do is canets vc01. It is changed. I would like to join it to a domain as well, but I can't for now because it has to have an IP address. For now I'll just keep it as is. So I'll leave these screens here and I'll go and set up the IP address so that I can join and then restart. So here I would just uncheck IPv6 for the IP address. I would use another IP address from the same scheme. Since my DC is 100.10, I'm gonna use 100.20 and point the DNS to prefer DNS to my DC, which is 100.10. Always make sure your DNS settings, if I go to my DC here, shows me this is my DC, which is 100.10, and the DNS should be for sure pointing this. I can go back to my computer setting, press OK, go back to change. Okay, I have to restart since I've pressed, otherwise if I would have not closed the previous screen I would have been. So for now it's all grayed out. I have to restart the machine and then join it and then restart one more time. Now while this is restarting, we can have a look at our ESXi host. ESXi hosts are being restarted for the first time. It is starting services. ESXi 1 is restarted. It has taken IP address from DHCP. It has also taken IPv6 IP address. Now we need to do few changes on this. First one being we need to configure the same IP address as of our network. So we'll do all these configuration in video number 2. For now I'll just do the last change in this video, which is joining it to a domain. Restart the machine, administrator account, enter. It restarts. As soon as it restarts, so welcome to Calypso, it will just restart the machine. Guys, in the next video I'm going to show you how to configure ESXi host and connect from vSphere client to ESXi host. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.